talk about how we solve all of our problems today. I'm not even kidding. I didn't even wait for my hair to dry to do this episode because I'm so pumped and I'm so excited to share this with you. And I hope this helps somebody somewhere, entrepreneur or anyone, really, because this applies to business, this applies to life, this applies to relationships, all of the things, all of the issues, and all of the roadblocks. This is it right here. So stay tuned. Get your snacks, get your drinks, and come on in. Isn't it a shame when someone so capable as you and I are not reaching our potential and we are not performing at a level that we know and we have done previously, that we know that we can and we have done previously, let's say. But I'm putting some things into practice today, a multitude of things, and maybe this can help you too. I came to a whole multiple realization thing, and let's break this down. And I'm going to start with some one-liners that I'm going to further break down, but let's start it here. I'm going to give you the inspiration first, the motivation first, because this is what is in front of me right now. When in doubt, get it out. That's number one. What is the next small step? This is something I've been saying for a while, but it's only further been cemented the more that I move through life and the more that I experience. The third thing, simplify, simplify, simplify. And yes, 3 times, because we have to drum it into our head. We have to reprogram our brain when we are stuck, when we are lost, when we are afraid, when we are any type of negative, forward moving emotion. Illogical thinking is happening, and all of these things have to be stopped dead in their tracks. And they have to be stopped correctly in order to move on in a healthy and at the most high performing and productive way. So I'm going to break down this main one that started it all today. When in doubt, get it out. About how this sort of came to me right now. If you're feeling lost or stuck in business or life, I promise you that you are gatekeeping the solution from yourself. Finding a way to talk to yourself will get you all the answers you need. Sounds crazy? Hear me out. If you don't believe me, if you still don't believe me, let me give you an example that might put it in perspective, and you might have experienced this. For me, therapy, the most life-changing moments happened in therapy for me, where I was guided to ask myself the right questions in order to find the answers within myself. The therapist was not finding the answers for me. I don't know about you, but that's how it was for me. And it was more so a thought-provoking experience alongside learning and utilization of tools and things that they gave me once I, brought up and realized what the issues were. Those tools kept me on track. They gave me something to keep going in the right direction. And what subconsciously inspired this, I'm totally going to put my brother on blast right now. My brother yesterday went a little crazy, and it inspired me, to say in the least. So he's the type of person who says all of the things immediately. He does not hold back. He says everything that comes to his mind, whether it's crazy, whether it makes sense or not. And it's definitely one of those things that drives everybody nuts, but it's such a great thing, let me say, to be able to speak on everything that's going on and that's in front of you in life without fear of judgment, without fear of failure, without any care of what can come into you, because you know that you're doing everything that you need to be doing right in that moment by just getting it out. And everybody has a different process with this. For me, it's writing and doing things like this, doing videos or verbally getting it out. And especially for me, I think it's important for me to not only do this with others, but to do this with myself, to speak to myself really, because that's how I process it. And if we don't give time, if we don't prioritize time to speak to ourselves internally, out loud, however you do it, we're only inputting and we're not giving out any of ourselves, and we're not finding anything out about ourselves, and we're not learning about ourselves and learning how to love ourselves and trust ourselves. So when in doubt, get it out. You have to verbalize all of the crazy, the good, the bad, the ugly, the wild, the cringe thoughts, as these kids are saying these days, in order to move forward without the weight of the world on your shoulders. Because when you have that weight on your shoulders, you're not helping yourself, and you're not going to help anyone around you or anything. Everything around you will actually do the reverse. It's going to fall. It's going to sink. It's going to catch on fire and be in flames around you. And there's nothing and no one who can help you if you don't start here first. So let's say you've gotten everything out, you've written everything down, or you've said everything out loud, whatever the case may be. The next thing is working out your priorities. What is the next small step? That's where that comes into play, right? So I recreated my priority list. What's important and what's going to move the needle and get things done and move me into the path that I want to be on. Boom, boom, boom. Listed that out. Then what's the next small step? The other sort of caveat to this is creating this plan, right? Doing all of these things, organizing the thoughts, organizing the actions, creating them, developing them. But one of the biggest things I think for consistency is recognizing that things are going to change, number one. Number two, you're not going to ever have true balance, but you do need to seek balance. Because if you're not trying to do all of the things that are good for you, that are going to move you forward in life, then you're not going to be a full person. You're going to only be a percentage of your actual self. And that's the percentage that the world's going to get. That's the percentage you're going to get back from the world. So it's a weird little caveat that you have to sort of recognize that who you are, what your downfalls are, understand that some of them may not change or may not fully change the way that you want them to, or they may, or I'm not trying to not give you hope, but they may take a very long time to change, and that's okay. Please be forgiving of yourself. I cannot stress this enough. Please be forgiving of yourself. And this is another thing that I'm sort of developing right now is every day, this is an implementation I'm going to put in. Every single day, I am going to forgive the version of me from yesterday that didn't serve me. Because if I hold on to her, that's the direction that I'm going to go in. And that's what let me recollect my thoughts here, because that one hit me. Leaving the negative portion of myself from yesterday behind is so important. Understanding that that's the way that I coped, and that's the way that I handled things, and those are the decisions that I made that day. But I don't have to make those today, and I can forgive that version of myself because I know my intentions, and I know that I can adjust them and make them better every single day. We have to forgive ourselves. We have to forgive in order to also release that weight on our shoulders. I used to see these kind of talks as limiting, as, oh, I have to do this and get rid of this, or I have to stop doing this. No, it's kind of like what health people, nutrition people will say is add the vegetables, add the good stuff, right? Add the good stuff, focus on the good stuff, and the bad things, or the things that are not serving you as well, are going to eventually dissolve. They're going to be lesser the more that you add the good stuff. So let's add the good stuff. Let's expel the bad stuff. Let's get clear. because all that negativity, all that stress and anxiety is clouding our brain. It's clouding our process. It's clouding our success. When we clear that up, we allow ourselves to be the best versions of ourselves. And if we don't try our best to become the best versions of ourselves, when you go to the grave, are you going to be satisfied with that? Are you going to be satisfied with that? We don't know when we're going to be here one day and gone the next. So if we don't work at this every day, are we going to be okay at the end of the day with what we've done and who we're becoming? That went a little dark. So let's bring it back in. When in doubt, get it out, right? And what is the next small step? Don't you forget though, simplify, simplify, simplify. Because chances are, if it's difficult and it's taking up a ton of your brain space, you're not doing the right thing. Something's wrong there. Listen to that. Please let me know if this helps you or if you feel like it may help you, and let me know if you've done or experienced any of these things, especially if you're an entrepreneur, especially if you've built a business or created wealth for yourself. Has this been a part of your process or your path at all? Any part of this? Let me know. Let us all know in the comments, because at the end of the day, we need to know as well that we're not alone, and share our experiences so that we can learn and grow together. We got this.